Hi guys, not a fan of the gym and wondering if a low impact exercise like walking can help you with your weight loss? It absolutely can, guys, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons why walking is a great exercise for weight loss. Plus, I'm going to throw in a little bonus at the end of what you can do on your walks so you can increase the longevity of your weight loss. So let's get straight into it, guys. Number one is steps. Steps off your pedometer or your Apple Watch. Steps equate into calories, guys. And steps is just a general how much activity you've done through the day. And that's really important when you're looking at calories burned for your fat loss diet. Now, although we're talking about steps, it's not necessarily walking steps. It's about doing activity. When you're a fidgety person, that's going to add to your steps. Whether you're doing housework, that's going to add to your steps. Walking is going to add to your steps, and that's why this one's in here. Walking is a big part of it because that's going to add to your steps of activity through the day. And walking can be done, at any time through the day. You can do it optimally after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner, multiple times a day. That are going to add to your activity levels through the day, which is going to translate onto those steps. Now, most people aren't aware of how many calories steps are. So if you're looking at 1,000 steps per day, that's 40 calories. So times it by 10,000 steps is 400 calories. So the reason this is number one is that let's say that you get to say 6,000 or 7,000 steps. It's like, oh, crap, I've got to get my steps up to 10,000 5 days a week to lose 2,000 calories a week, which is going to add to your fat loss, as an example. I need to make up that 3,000. How are you going to do it? You're going to go for a walk, guys. Walking is going to add to those steps, which is going to add to your calorie burn. 3,000 steps, that's going to be half an hour of walking. Just over half an hour of walking at a nice pace. That's going to burn your calories. And that's going to add another 150 calories to your mix, which is going to be built into those steps that you're clocking up for the day. Now, I've lost 10 kilos in 10 weeks, 8 different times, 8 different ways on all 8 different diets. So I've always used my steps as a big, big indicator of my activity through the day, as well as my diet, as well as my training. But steps is a big part of it. And if I don't have enough steps, and I was clocking up 15,000 steps per day, 6 days a week, if I didn't have enough steps in a day, even though I've trained that day, my resistance work, I'm going out for a walk. It's low impact. You don't need to recover from it. You can do it while you're tired. You just go out and walk, guys. It's going to add to your steps, which is going to add to your calorie burn, which is going to add to your fat burn. Now, when we look at, there's 7,700 calories in every 1 kilogram of fat. What does that mean? You're going to burn 7,700 calories to get rid of 1 kilo, guys. So if you're doing, let's say, 10,000 steps, 5 days a week, that's 2,000. Take another 2,000 from your diet, do a deficit in your diet over the week, bang, you're at half a kilo a week, just like that. It is a simple process to lose weight. It's just staying committed and getting through it and not quitting. That's what it comes down to. Now, if you haven't really tracked your steps, good idea, pop your pedometer on or go and buy one. An Apple Watch, whatever you might have, clock them up, guys. See what you do in a day. So from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, how many steps do you tick over as an average? Hold it on there for a couple of days to work out your average. Then, let's say it's 6,000. Hey, you need to knock out 4,000 in walking. 4,000 in walking, that's going to be 45 minutes to an hour of walking every afternoon or morning or whatever your schedule dictates. But that gives you a knowledge of how much walking you need to do to get those 10,000 steps to add to your fat loss. Now, of course, I don't want you to jump in and do 10,000 steps if you're only at sort of 5,000 or 6,000. What I want you to do is start off, let's say you're at 6,000. Now, next week, I want you to do 7,000 every day, at least 5 days a week. Then the next week, I want you to do 8,000, then 9,000, then 10,000. So in 4 or 5 weeks, you're at 10,000 steps. you're on the way, you do that 5 days a week, you're on the way to knocking off 2,000 calories off your body in fat stores every single week.
Hi guys, I've got 600 videos coming your way over the next 12 months, covering everything that you need to know to lose whatever weight you need. If you can just take 10 seconds, like, subscribe, just so you're up to date with the daily drops into YouTube. Thanks heaps guys, back to the video.
And that leads us into number 2, guys. Number 2, when you walk, although it's a low impact exercise, you burn calories. Okay, you burn calories through activity. Walking is an activity. You're not going to get, unless you're doing walking hills, walking really quickly, you're not going to get much cardio benefit out of it. But it's got a hell of a lot of health benefits. I'm not going to go into them now because we're talking about weight loss, but it's got a hell of a lot of health benefits as well. Now, just by walking, you're knocking off 40 to 60 calories per kilometre. So if you don't have a step counter, like pedometer or an Apple Watch or whatever it might be, and you're just going to go blind, that's fine. No dramas at all. You can calculate it by the kilometres that you do. So go to Google Maps, work out, hey, I want to start off with, if you haven't done any walking before, I want to start off with, let's say, 3 kilometres every second day. Let's say, as an average, we're going to say 50 calories per kilometre, just for argument's sake for these examples. So you're going to do 3 kilometres every other day, let's say 4 days a week. So 4 days a week, you're at 150 calories because 3 kilometres equals 150. Times that by 4, hey, you're at 600 calories burnt for that week. The next week, you're going to up it a little bit. Let's go to 4 kilometres every other day. Now, all of a sudden, you've done an extra 4. You've added an extra couple of hundred calories. You're at 800 calories for the week. Then you'll go to 5 the week after. Then you'll go to 6 the week after. Then gradually increase that level of activity. So when you hit the 6 kilometres, say 4 days a week, why don't you do it 5 days a week? Then 6 days a week. So 6 kilometres, 6 days a week for the average person is almost 2,000 calories. It's 1,800 calories. Throw in a couple of little hills there along your track, vary up your track continuously as well. So one day you'll go turn left at your street, the next day you'll turn right at your street, vary up the tracks. Driving your car, find a new track so you can just drive there, park the car up, bang, hit that track. 6 kilometres, come back, drive home. There's lots of ways to do it, guys, to keep you motivated by giving yourself variety, different things to look at on your walk. But if you can get 6 kilometres 6 days a week, you're at 2,000 calories. You don't have a pedometer, it's probably even more than that, simply because you're going to do other activities throughout the day separate from your walk. Throw in your diet as well. If you're going to go into the diet phase, hey, you can get half a kilo a week without too much trouble. However, if you're just going to eat maintenance, you're just going to eat what your body requires and you're not going to do the deficit, you're just creating the deficit through walking, hey, you're going to lose a kilo once a month from 6 kilometres a day, 6 days a week. That's a kilo a month. Times, might not seem much, but hey, times it by 12, that's 12 kilos a year. For most people, that's more than 10% of your body weight. Your body, you look completely different at 10%. You lose 10%, everyone knows you've lost weight. 5%, you start to see it in your face. 10%, everyone knows you've lost the weight. So commit and get it done, guys. All right, that leads us to number 3. Hunger. This is the major thing through a diet. If you're going into a diet phase, that stops everybody from completing it. Guys, most people on average do about 126 diets in their lifetime. Why is there so many? Because people quit their diets constantly, simply because they get hungry. They start losing their shit basically and just need to eat food. And they stop it at 3, 4, 5 weeks. And believe me, I've done this, like I was saying, 10 times. In the 4 or 5 week mark, some things will start to happen. And that's where a lot of people pack it in. Even for myself, I plateaued at that stage, only lost a couple of 100 grams that week, made it up in the coming weeks, but plateaued at those weeks. I was getting bored with my diet because you're just getting bored. You just feel like going out and having pizza and having some beers or whatever it might be. You're just getting a little bit bored and sick and tired of being in a diet. But and that's the beauty of doing a diet period, not only for your metabolism reasons, but just a light at the end of the tunnel, guys, that you're only doing this for, say, 8 to 12 weeks. I do 10 weeks. You're doing it for 10 weeks. At the 5-week mark, hey, I got 5 weeks to go. Stick it out, buddy. I just yell at myself. Stick it out, get it done, and you get to the 10 kilos. So back to it. Hunger, guys. Walking, low impact, low intensity. It doesn't stimulate those hunger cravings that you might have if you went running or lifting weights, or heavy, and I mean heavy weights, like really pushing it. Where that's high intensity, high amount of effort, it's high impact. Therefore, it's going to stimulate your hunger because your body's putting in extra effort to get that activity done. That means it wants, hey, I'm putting in that effort. I want some reward. I want some energy put back into my body for all that effort I've been putting in. And that's what your body's telling you. So by walking for your exercise, for your weight loss, it's fantastic. It sort of kills two birds with one stone. You're knocking off calories, but the activity isn't stimulating your hunger. Therefore, you're going to have a better chance of sticking to that diet phase of 8 to 12 weeks. Now, in the last 2 steps, I talked about calorie burn and how many calories walking and a step counter are calculating in your diet. We're talking about hunger now, which is your diet period. So if you're on I like 500 calories caloric deficit days, you do 4 of those per week. That means that it's only just over half the amount of time during the week that you're in a deficit. If you can do that 4 days, let's say to make it hard out, 4 continuous days, 3 days off. Those 3 days you're having your maintenance calories. 4 days, each of those days you're in a deficit of 500. That's 2,000 calories gone. If you want to make it easy for yourself, do 2 days, let's say a Monday and a Tuesday, you're in a calorie deficit of 500 calories each day. Wednesday, that's a maintenance day. So you get to eat more of what you like. Then Thursday, Friday, you go back into your deficit days. Bang, Friday, you've hit your calories. Done, 2,000 calories gone that week. Then Saturday, Sunday, usually your social days, you do your maintenance diet. You don't go over your maintenance diet, guys. That's really important. And that's why you've got your 2,000 calories off there. You've got your 2,000 calories off from your steps or your walking. That's half a kilo a week, guys. 7,700 calories per kilogram of fat. Therefore, you need to burn 7,700 calories to get rid of 1 kilo every week. You're at 4,000 just by doing those 2 things. 4,000 calories, guys, that's half a kilo. Bang, commit to that for 10 weeks. Hey, you've just lost 5 kilos. Your face is going to change completely. Your body, you'll see that change completely. You'll be able to fit into clothes that have been sitting in your wardrobe for maybe a couple of years. You'll be able to see that change, guys. So walking is a good thing to controlling that hunger and to keep those deficits throughout those weeks. Now, the bonus, guys, it includes walking. Don't worry. If you want to increase the longevity of your weight loss, so you want to keep those results for longer. Let's say you get to the end of your 10-week diet phase. You've lost your 5 or you've lost your 10 kilos. You want to keep a hold of that as long as you can. You go into your maintenance period, which is fantastic. You want as many fat burners on your body as possible. And fat burners are your muscles. That means you want to work your muscle through your diet period as well as burning calories. So on your walk, if you can, let's say you've been walking for a little bit, you've mapped out your 4, 5, 6 kilometers, whatever it might be, you'll know what benches or parks are around with exercise equipment throughout your walking tracks. So best thing to do, and you might do it, say, three days of your 6 walking days. You don't need to do this every day because your body wants to recover as well. And we're trying to control our hunger, so we don't want to go too hard out. But we can still do some resistance exercise throughout it. I'm talking about just some simple push-ups, working the chest, working your triceps, working your shoulders. Okay, and it's a plank position as a push-up, so you're working your core as well. Your core's always working, but that's another video. So you're working your core as well. So by stopping and doing, let's say, 12 push-ups off your knees, and then you get up, and let's say you've got a bench there. You might not be able to do it off your knees. You're going to do it off the back of the bench, off your toes, which is easier because your elevation is like this, off your knees is like this. So you do it off your hands, off your toes, doing push-ups there. Once you can do that, go down lower, maybe to the seated area. Once you can do that there, go down to your knees. And you're just looking at, say, 12 to 16 repetitions of those push-ups as a once off. Then you'll go to your legs. Let's say you've got a bench. You're going to do some step-ups, guys. Let's say you just do alternating legs. Let's say you do 16 in total. So that's 8 on each leg. That's going to get your heart rate up as well, guys, by the way. But that's going to work your bum, your hamstrings, and your quads. It's going to increase your coordination and your balance. So you've got 2 exercises to work on. Then from there, you might be able to get yourself some bands, some stretchy bands. There's TRXs that are available that strap onto things, or you can just get those rubber bands with handles, and you can lean back a little bit and do a row. So you're pulling yourself up, or you're pulling those handles towards your ribs, okay, on each side. That's going to work your biceps and your back. So by working the biceps and back, you're activating even more muscles. So from those 3 exercises, you've got your butt, hamstrings, quads, your triceps, your chest, shoulders, biceps, back, all working. That's 8 big muscle groups that are all working to enable you to burn more fat. And then as a 4th one, why don't you just do squats, guys? Just get in 8 to 12 squats. Why not? After those back exercises. So you've just done 4 exercises at your park bench. Continue on your walk. On the way back, you get to your bench, hit it again, do 1 set each of that bench. So therefore, you've come away, you've done your 6K walk, you've got 2 sets of your 4 exercises, so you've done 8 exercises, and that's going to set you up to maintain that muscle through your diet period. Of course, when you get into your maintenance period, to maintain it even better, you want to go a little bit harder than that. But through your diet period, 2 sets is enough just to maintain it and to be able to feel that muscle being nice and tight throughout your weight loss period, which will add to your motivation to get rid of the fat that's on your body, because you can feel something going on. Your muscles are changing underneath your body, which might even motivate you to train at the gym or do 3 sets of exercises along the way, whatever it motivates you to do, as long as you get more done and get those calories off over that fat loss phase. That's it, guys. Hope that helps. Hey, guys, weight loss is a struggle. That's why we don't want to do it for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. We don't want to think about it for 10 years. If you've been thinking about it long term, guys, commit to 10 weeks. Just get it done. Focus on it. Get 5 to 10 kilos off. Go into your maintenance period. Have your metabolism recover. Learn to maintain your new weight. And then hit it again for another 10 weeks. Get down another 5, 10 kilos. That might be it. That might be all you need to get through. If you need to get through more, you do it again. 8 weeks in maintenance, and then hit it again, another 8 to 12 weeks, and so on, until you get to your goal weight, guys. Now, like I said earlier, hey, that could be 60 kilos. That's 2 years. And if you do it right, you're going to maintain it, guys, and you know how to maintain it when you get down that low. It's not going to rebound back like those on The Biggest Loser. You're doing it properly over a set period of time. And believe me, just that 10 kilo change, that changes your life, guys. Do the next 10, wow, off you go. So whatever it takes to commit, do it, guys. It's got to be your number 1 focus for that weight loss period. Maintenance, you can recover and rest your mind. But that 10-week period, you focus everything you can on that weight loss and the burning calories. Go hard, guys. Commit. Change your life.
Hi guys, Sean here. A lot of you are sending messages via the comments saying that you need help with your weight loss. Do me a favor, if you could send me a text, which is the best way to get a hold of me, on 0491 932 525. And again, 0491 932 525. Thanks heaps, guys. I'll help you with whatever you need.